How different is it? And we talked about this with Joe Siddle about the revolution of analytics and how you have to blend that in with the broadcast, but not
Sure.
just spew terms or spew numbers. How different is a baseball broadcast today compared to when you began your career?
Miles different. I mean, I began before you guys were born, and the only research materials then were game notes. There was no internet. There was, there was no Zoom. There was no laptop. There was nothing.
Yeah.
I went to the ballpark with a physical book, a Blue Jays media guide, and let's say they were playing the Yankees, a physical Yankees media guide, so I could do some work out of the media guides. But those didn't change between, they were books. They didn't change between March and October. And then we got game notes at the stadium, which we still get. But it has changed a ton. And, you have to decide for yourself how much is enough, how much is too much. I'm trying to appeal to all kinds of different people in our audience. Maybe a 75-year-old who's been a Blue Jay fan for a long time, but doesn't love analytics, just wants to know, well, how many RBIs does Vladdy have? And then a 23-year-old or guys like yourself who might be very much into analytics and say, okay, well, let's look under the hood here. Let's go to Baseball Savant and look at his expected slugging or his quality of contact. It's challenging to be able to appeal to both ends of that spectrum. I try to do it. Nobody's perfect at it. I was a math major. I like numbers. I'm comfortable with numbers. So I do feel confident in that the numbers I'm giving have context and are relevant. And I'm not just I never, ever, ever throw out numbers just for the sake of throwing out numbers. They've got to be meaningful to me. And, if you were to ever talk to our graphics people or stats people, they would all tell you stories about times when I said, I don't like that one. I don't think that's telling an accurate story. I think that's chicken and egg in the wrong order, whatever it is. So, but it is, it's a good question. It's something I get asked a lot. It's something we wrestle with a lot because the game has changed. Why are we giving more numbers? Because coaches and managers and general managers are making decisions on these numbers more than they ever used to. So I think we're just trying to keep the public educated and up to speed as much as we can, but we don't want to overdo it either.